Who will take the lead in this exciting match so far? Stanford just evened things up at one set apiece. UC Santa Barbara took the first set 25-20, and then Stanford 25-22 in set number 2. Very fun one. The set number 2 was, as both teams, it was close. Tied at 21 all, and Stanford took control to close things out. So here we are in a potentially pivotal set number 3. And I think one thing's for sure, the Gauchos will be happy. At least they thought they might be, that they got away from that Stanford student section. It looks like, per usual, a good bit of those students are now behind the Gaucho side on the opposite side of the floor as you take a look right over there in those first couple of rows. Some of the students did stay over. I think they're just going to relax and hang out where they were, but credit to the students that did move over. They continue to cause some noise. Again, shout out the camera work from Sam Hudson, making sure you get to see everything you need to. That's going to go over. Here comes Stanford on the attack. Ethan Hill in the middle. Oh, a little bit of miscommunication. Funky start to this first set, but it'll end in a kill for Will Rotman coming from the back line. This is the first set where Stanford gets the first point of the set. Gauchos got point number 1 in the first 2. What a pancake effort to keep it alive, and then nothing else doing after that from Max Gordon. And there's an ace and another point for Stanford with Teo Snooey. And already, again, a little bit of a weird start to set number 3, and Rick McLaughlin felt it as well and calls a first timeout 2 points in. Well, the kill from Rotman, the ace from Snooey, how Stanford has their first 2 points. We'll see how they'll continue on and how the Gauchos answer back after this quick break. After the quick timeout, Stanford will continue on the serve with Teo Snooey. Don't believe that Snooey waited long enough for the buzzer. Now there's the official go-ahead from Ray Fink to get things back in action. And here we are. They go wide, floating in the air and bringing it down, Dane Chalmers. First point for the Gauchos in this third set. After getting that point, Dane Chalmers will now be on service. Justin Louis, what a set. And Bianchi puts it down. That ball landed up here over by us after Justin Louis tried to get a dig on it. Even at 2. What a dig again from Louis on the return. Wilcox met up front. Second time, though, is the charm. Well, after the quick timeout, 3 straight points for the Gauchos, so whatever was said, it worked out. And Santa Barbara now in front, 3-2. As it goes into the net. The 12th service error now in the match for the Gauchos. And Stanford returns with one of their own. So here's where we are now. Again, one set apiece. For the match, Santa Barbara hitting .409, Stanford at .311. And Will Rotman once again leading the way in kills for Stanford with 13. As they try to set him up for another, the block was there, it went off the antenna, and the point goes for Stanford. And Will Rotman with the 13 kills, hitting .385. That's on 26 attacks. And again, it's Jess Bianchi. Had explosive first set, a little bit quieter in the second, but still leading both teams with 14 kills. There's Dane Johnson right down the middle. (5-4) in favor of the visitors, the Gauchos. And for that first win since their first match of the season, that one against USC. Over on the second hit, Litsky dumps it home. Coming into the match, Nathan Litsky, 5 kills on the year, gets just under half of a kill per set. And that was his first one of this match. From the back line. Now here's Stanford. Will Rotman sent back. What reaction by Louis. They try the other side with Snooey. Gaucho's defense was ready. Once again, they're ready up front. Phenomenal blocking efforts. This time, Rotman cuts it around them. Some good back and forth action up front with the Gaucho defense and the Cardinal offense, and the Cardinal offense prevails. Bianchi. Now here comes from the back line with Stanford, no. But now Litsky, a perfect setup in the middle for Nathaniel Gates. (7-5) now, Stanford. Rick McLaughlin again having a conversation with Ray Fink on the other side of the net. Miss it on the serve from Litsky. Brings it back over to Santa Barbara. Wilcox again on service. Right into the net, which gives that Stanford student section once again something else to cheer for. Tell you what, if you're in a opponent serving in Burnham, I'm sure you just can't wait for that official to blow the whistle, get the service going. In a much smaller facility here than Maples, which allows the students to be right on top of you on the action. And like I said, the students, they definitely take advantage of it. course, everyone now coming back on campus. Eight, 7. That goes off the block and out of bounds. Another point for the Cardinals. The kill goes to Kevin Lamp. And it's one thing that's been so impressive throughout my years being involved with Stanford, all the athletes and students that support one another. What a swing. Dane Chalmers once again. And Chalmers with his 9th kill tonight. One away from joining Jess Bianchi and Will Rotman in double figures. Speaking of Bianchi, there's his serve. Will Rotman from the back line. Tell you what, the senior is right from the backyard of the Gauchos from Santa Barbara. And Santa Barbara High School. 16 kills now for him. Came into the match with 46 total. Louis keeps it up. That's going to be a free ball coming in for the Gauchos. They go for the back line with Wilcox, and he missed a little too far. Wilcox also ended up on the other side of the net. Point for Stanford. They extend the lead back up to 3 once again. Teo Snooey back to serve. Does have 1 ace today. 2 in total for Stanford. The other one belonging to Kevin Lamp. Instead, we have a service error as it goes too far. Dane Chalmers will be on service. 11-9 in favor of Stanford in set number 3. Both teams with 1 set win apiece. Putting it down home. Ethan Hill with the kill. He was impressive in that second match against St. Francis. Dominating in the middle. What a serve from Stanford. Wilcox on the swing. Now here's Litsky from the back line. Oh my goodness, look out, Kevin Lamp. Sometimes the ball just has a different sound coming off people's hands, and that was one of those instances. Big time swing from Kevin Lamp to put Stanford up 4. Lamp again on the service. Bring it down in the middle. Quick swing for Donovan Todorov. Gets a point for the Gauchos, and now back to serve will be Todorov. That's 4 kills to his name in this match, and now an ace. Looked like the last minute, just based off the reaction from Kevin Lamp, had a little bit of a slice to it and went just out of Lamp's reach. (13-11), had a wet spot over on the Stanford side, had to get that taken care of. Now that it is, we'll have another serve here from Todorov. Litsky did a good job keeping it over on this side. Hill couldn't close it for now. Rotman, no, sent away. Litsky wanted to set up. Rotman was a little behind him. Another good rally, probably the longest we've had since that first set. As Rotman almost was able to put that down, going over on the second hit, Santa Barbara, and it eventually works out in their favor as Dane Johnson is the one that puts it home. Another fun set between these two West Coast teams. And Santa Barbara out of the Big West, Stanford from the MPSF. Blitzky, Rotman, denied at the net. Another point for the Gauchos, and we're tied at 13. It was Dane Johnson and Jack Walmer who were there. As the serve goes too far, and that'll end the 4-point run for Santa Barbara. So now you have Ethan Hill back on the serve. Stanford back in front, 14-13. And we'll be right back even again after the service error. One thing to note here too, on that serve, Ethan Hill's close to that line. We saw Stanford a couple times last week, and it's service errors because of the line, their toes going over the line on serves. That just misses wide. It goes off the foot of that line judge. Again, Elizabeth Wersch over here in the corner. The service back over to Stanford. It'll be Nathan Litsky on service. Wilcox, big swing, and couldn't bring it down. Gauchos wanted a touch, but they won't get it. Stanford now a 2-point lead, 16-14. Cardinal return the favor. And now Ryan Wilcox on the serve, and he's right in front of the students. Of course, you know they're going to give him a fun time. Strong serve, though, from Wilcox. Stanford up for the challenge. Rotman gets the first kill attempt. It wasn't there. Bianchi, what a dig by Justin Louie. Snooey, looks like that went just a little too far. Not much Teo Snooey could do with it. That'll be another point for the Gauchos to even things up at 16. But I tell you what, you want to talk about highlight plays every single time out. Justin Louie gives you something at least once a match. First, he had the dig kill earlier against St. Francis in the first match against St. Francis. And as Nathaniel Gates puts that one home. But it wasn't even the fact that he got the dig kill right before that on that rally. He basically ran half the length of Maples to keep a ball alive. There's Stanford now with 2 dig kills. They had one last night as well. As Wilcox right there in between Rotman and Louie to even things at 17. For Ryan Wilcox, kill number 9. He's now tied with Dane Chalmers in that category. And of course, Chalmers, that was kill number 8 for Wilcox, so he's right behind Chalmers, hitting 087, and the serve is out of bounds. 16 service errors for Santa Barbara now. Stanford has 12. And they have the 18-17 lead here in set number 3. Big swing, cutting it across was Bianchi, point for the Gauchos as that was touched up front. So we're even at 18. Bianchi, after getting the kill, will be back on the serve. Into the net it goes. We're approaching crunch time for this set. 19-18. Stanford in front. Stanford still with both of their timeouts. Santa Barbara with one remaining. Another serve goes into the net. This one from Snooey. Even at 19. Dane Chalmers. What a return effort again. Look at Justin Louis. But Rotman's met up front. Snooey keeps it alive. It goes over. Now here comes Wilcox, and it's blocked up front. Litsky and Hill were there for Stanford to send it back. Kevin Lamp on serve for the Cardinal. And that's going to go too far. Couldn't get on top of it. Back even at 20. It's Todorov to serve. Off the tape. Rotman was there for it. Snooey sends it over. Wilcox now again for Santa Barbara, and met up front on the second hit was Nathan Litsky. Ryan Wilcox was there. So was Dane Johnson. Wilcox had an extra word or two for the Stanford side, and John Cossey's going to use his first time out of the set. Another back and forth set between these two teams. We'll be back in a minute. 21-20 right now, Gauchos. Four points to go for the Gauchos, 5 potentially for Stanford in set number 3. Gauchos on the service. Teo Snooey met up front again, but Ethan Hill was there. Snooey just going to send it over. Wilcox, big swing, but Litsky was there to send it down. Tied at 21. Aiden Peters now coming in to serve. The wet spot on the floor on the Gaucho side. Of course, a big day in the football world. Los Angeles Chargers right now making a big impression on the Jaguars, 27-0. Wilcox, no. Rotman a little too wide. Gauchos back in front, 27-0 right now. 3 picks as well for Asante Samuel Jr. with the Chargers. And then, of course, earlier today, the San Francisco 49ers here in the Bay making a big statement as well. 41-23 over their rival Seattle Seahawks as they continue their roll. 11 straight now for the 49ers. As inside Burnham, Stanford trying to continue their roll. The 3-0 right now on the season, so they want a 4-match win streak. And the Gauchos trying to break their 3-match loss streak as Will Rotman finds room in the middle of the defense. Even at 22. Always a great time of year around now, all the sports with action going on. Of course, we have college basketball. College football just ended up. The men's volleyball season right in the swing of things. And speaking of swing, the Gauchos get another point off that one. As a scrambling effort for the Cardinal to keep it alive is to no avail. The Gauchos potentially 2 points away. But before we can continue, the second timeout will be called by John Costi. 23-22. Another tight one here in set number 3. (23-22) in favor of Santa Barbara. Ryan Wilcox on the serve. Sends it to Justin Louie. Here's Will Rotman on the swing. The block went off the antenna. Point Stanford. Who can be the first team to hit at least 2 points consecutively? It's going to be the question that will solve who the recipient of set number 3 will be. Big swing, that'll start it off for Dane Chalmers. A set point, first one of the set, and going to go to Santa Barbara. And coming in to serve, Sam Collins. Oh, of course, now with set point potentially on the line, the student section ramps up a little bit more. And the serve goes along. The students are happy. The Stanford bench is happy. We're even at 24. Nathaniel Gates serving. Bianchi, my goodness. He had to rear so far back to get a swing on it, and not only did he get a swing on it, it was perfect. Another set point for the Gauchos. Jess Bianchi back to serve. Hits it over. Snooey hit it off the antenna, and that'll do it for set number 3. Back and forth the whole way, and it's the Gauchos who come out victorious. Well, 3 minutes from now, we'll see. Can Stanford send it to a pivotal set number 5, or where the Gauchos ended in the 4th? We'll be right back after this break.